You're welcome back to another Banta on Air podcast. Today I'm here with a special guest, and it's WeevilVlogger.
You alright?
Yeah, what's up, my G? We've been talking a bit before podcast, had a bit of troubles, but we're all good now.
Yeah, man.
So, obviously, you were probably the biggest person around my podcast, and I'm hoping you're going to be my favourite.
Yeah, sure.
But, so, basically, I think first thing I wanted to talk about, and I think a few people might want to know, is, like, what was, like, the main reason for you, like, leaving your channel, WeevilVlogger? Because you've obviously changed channels to a music channel.
Yeah, so I've explained this a little bit, but I don't think I really went too in-depth into it, so I'll try and kind of get it more. But basically, the content I was making on there, like, over the, 2.5 years or something that I was on there, the content, like, was changing a lot, and I wasn't really, like, deciding properly on what I wanted to do permanently.
Yeah.
And then the trailer that I made for it felt fake, because it was like, oh, you know, I do this and this and this and this, so I'm sure there's something you're going to find, like, good. But what I would do then is I would, like, make one video about it, and then I'd consider that, like, a part of my channel forever.
Yeah.
So the sort of overall reason was just because I really wasn't happy with what I was making, and it was, like, just felt really fake.
Yeah, I mean, obviously now, this new channel of yours, it's called Co-Rush, by the way. I'll leave a link to it in the description. It's like...
Get that sub.
Nice little plug. Yeah, it's like, it's just all music orientated, so, like...
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, if you wanted to do this for, like, quite a while, if you wanted to sort of break from the shell of, like, you know, the content you were making to just doing music and focusing on your passion.
Yeah, sort of, like, even when I began WeevilVlogger, even back then I was, like, I had, like, online music stuff everywhere, and that channel still existed. It was, like, but it was kind of a side project, I guess.
Yeah.
I wasn't really on it a lot. I was mostly just WeevilVlogger. But now, obviously, that's all changed, and I'm on everything else.
Yeah, and I was also just going to say, like, you know, what was, like, I wouldn't say breaking point, because that sounds like, you know, you lost control, but what was the point where you, like, right, I'm going to quit WeevilVlogger, and this is the moment where I know I'm going to be doing music on Co-Rush?
It's probably around the time where I was, like, starting up bands around... Do you remember Extended Learning Week in, like, July?
Yeah, art school, yeah.
Yeah, it was probably around that time where I started, like, doing a lot more music things, and then I was like, all right, I can do this online now. I can upload stuff a lot easier. And that was that wasn't really the breaking point, but it was more the beginning where I was like, nah, this is a lot, like, less what I want to do, and I want to do music.
Yeah, I mean, that sort of makes sense. Like, obviously now as well, I think for me, since obviously you've sort of gone from carrying my channel, I've sort of moved away from my old content. Like, since the Battlefield 1 stream that I did, I listened to my Battlefield 1 stream, and everything before that was, like, you know, some of it was okay content, like my best joke ever, I quite like that video, but everything else was just a bit clickbait, It was a bit stretched, and I think you have actually helped me in my career, helped me to realise that I do drag on a bit, which is why I'm doing this podcast, to be honest.
You're welcome.
But, like, now, it is, like, my How to Get Girls video, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but it's just short, quick, funny content that I'm just, you know, I'm going to keep putting out good videos, and I'm going to keep trying to make it as enjoyable as possible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I got to thank you for that, for helping me with that. So,
you know.
But like, for your, obviously, new channel, what are your main plans? Like, what's your goal?
Oh, God, it's kind of split, really, because obviously so most of it is probably going to be, like, acoustic covers, and when I get more instruments, it'll be, like, proper covers with everything like that. Mm-hmm. And, like, periodic, like, music videos, like, you know, Your Goodbyes and everything like that. So it'll be that sometimes, and then, you know, mostly just acoustic covers and, like, drum covers when I get drums and everything.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you have a Patreon, don't you, that goes with your channel?
You know what? We're just kind of gonna brush over that. We're not. We're gonna leave the Patreon alone.
But then, on a real though, how is your Patreon actually doing? Have you got anything, or has it sort of been a bit quiet?
Well, I would like to say, my friend, that I have gotten a grand total of £0 and 0
Okay,
pence.
guys, so I'm going to leave a link to Ignis's Patreon, so...
Hell yeah.
Give him a maximum membership. I'm not sure what your maximum membership is, but be sure to donate, guys.
Or 15 quid.
I
haven't been on it. I swear that it's literally just tumbleweed right now. I haven't gone on it since like I made the video about it.
Oh my god, yeah, because I've looked on there and making an account, and you have to like, they talk about doing what do you call it, like an intro video or something, and you can link it to one of the things. That's what I'm assuming that was.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, talking about like Patreon and stuff, you know. You obviously do music on there. You know, Say Your Goodbyes. I want to know what that's about as a song.
So my kind of field when I was making that was how I was really inspired by bands like My Chemical Romance, Panic at the Disco, 21 Pilots, all of those, and it's more like geared around 21 Pilots and Panic, and they're kind of. For 21 Pilots, they make a lot of songs about, like, you know, mental health and, like, especially their new albums or, like, mental health and stuff. So it was kind of those sorts of songs that inspired, like, Your Goodbyes and, like, other songs that I haven't uploaded but I've written a lot. So it's just, like, this one person with mental health problems and, you know, a person trying to save them from the end, pretty much.
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, I thought it was a really good song, actually. I thought it was really well made. I'm not sure how you found the time to make it, but if I'm being honest, I was like really impressed.
Have you seen my channel?
But on a real though, like, how did you have the time to make it? Like, you know, did you do it every weekend
like,
or?
There wasn't. No, it was more like there was kind of the process of writing it was like not necessarily long, but it dragged on. So
yeah.
Writing it was like the first, obviously, and then like I wasn't originally planning to make a video at all. I was just kind of, you know, oh, this is a good idea for a song. And in the end, like deciding to make a video for it was, I thought it was like maybe it was somebody telling me to, but like I remember going to Lithuania, and then obviously because my dad's like a cameraman and everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, in your office we can record this. And then we can just, you know, go out and film this in like some random fields in the middle of Lithuania.
I thought those field shots were excellent.
Developed. Huh?
I thought like the field shots were excellent of like everything, you know.
Yeah. There was like drones and
I thought it was really cool.
Like that. And it was just like me and him as well. So that was like, you know, we were really happy with the result.
I mean, yeah, you should be. I think it was a really good song.
Thanks, man.
Is there any like? I don't know, I'm trying to think of some questions to ask you about the song. Are you gonna, like, have you gonna put it anywhere? Is it, you know, any platform it might go? You know, could it go on your Patreon?
Probably, because obviously now that I've already put it on YouTube, it's, like, obviously free for, like, you know, listening to or whatever. This is, like, a really slither thing that, like, if I finally get, like, a proper setup soon, like a laptop and everything, then maybe I might just like do like something Spotify maybe, or like, you know, those kinds of things like most people do when they do music as well.
Yeah, I mean, like 100%. Like I know I've looked at how Spotify works because obviously I've spoken about becoming an artist myself soon, possibly. Yeah. I've looked at like putting songs on Spotify. I think you have to pay money to get them on there, and then they get like money per like amount of times they're streamed. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Like, if you put most of your stuff on Spotify, I'd probably listen to it because, like I said, Say Your Goodbyes, I really like that song. I thought it was a really good song.
What I want to do with it though is, because now it's just like guitar and me singing over it. I want to finally get more instruments and like drum to it or something to add more like. Yeah. I'm trying to think of the word, but you know, like add more layers to it as well.
I mean, yeah, you told me like because obviously in the video you made, your final video, you said how you might be joining a band, but you've told me that isn't happening anymore.
Yeah, that kind of fell through, and I was just like, I want to do my own solo stuff. So I'm
be independent. Yeah, fair enough. Would you say if you got approached by people, or if you have friends who are like, "Yo, bro, I'm do drums or whatever," would you say that you'd be interested in putting in a band, or are you sort of focused for this year to just be independent and sort of try and build, like, I don't know, like a status?
It's really, like, on the fence for me, because, like, I'm, like, not to, like, toot my own horn, but, like, I'm kind of, like, a really musical guy. I can play quite a few instruments.
Yeah.
So it's, like, it would be a very... There's this one, like, YouTube musician called Andrew Huang, and he, like, is, like, a really talented guy in the music field. So he's, like, you know, electronic, and he does, like, real instruments and everything. So that's kind of more what I'm aiming for. Maybe I'll do, like, some stage stuff with bands, but I don't know if I would, like, in the end do proper, like, band stuff in the future. But I kind of need to wait over time for it to, like, develop and see how,
just see how
you know,
feel,
how my brain changes, how my thoughts change.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think that's probably a smart move, to be honest. I think you'll be good on the independent circuit. You know, like I said, those shots you got in the music video, I think it was, like, made brilliantly, and I think... I mean, how many views did that get? I mean, I might look at it now. Like,
I just checked it, and it has about 130.
Like, that's good views. I mean, how many subs do you have at the moment?
Like 25 or something.
Exactly. That's good views, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that people haven't subscribed. I mean, obviously, that's why.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to make this podcast. I actually want you to get more subs because it is a really good channel, and I think you're going to do a lot of good stuff on there.
Oh, 30. Okay, I thought it had 25, but it has 38. That's quite a bit more.
Yeah, that's still pretty good though. That's like, you know, that's you know, sort of what I can average in a month. So
yeah,
you know, I mean, fair enough. And obviously, a lot of people who might be watching this have been friends with you here in England. So what's it like in Germany? I mean, I know a lot of people have been asking me at school, you know, when you're doing a podcast with Ignis, and they're like, oh yeah. You know, we want to hear about.
That's understandable. So. You know, quick message to those at school. You're welcome. And no, I'm joking. Like, no, it's good. It's a lot different, but like, it's still, you know, there's the school. This is like something that I should probably explain on my music channel, but I'll quickly brush over it right now.
Yeah.
The school system is like a lot different. They have earlier hours. They finish at like 1 here, and like overall, everything is at the school is just like a lot more chilled out. So. I've like described how it's less like a school and more like a university because the teacher doesn't really give you any written. There is written work and like reading work sometimes, but it's mostly just the teacher talks about something for half an hour, which is like actually the majority of the lesson because it's only 45 minutes. But yeah, it's like half an hour they talk about something, you write something down for a bit, and obviously I don't understand anything, so for me it's just like sitting there. Maybe
I was going to ask you that. Like, are you struggling with the German side of it? Because obviously, you know, if you're in a German class, which to us would be like an English class, you know, because you're in secondary school, that you know that's high level stuff, and you don't really understand it. Like,
yeah, well, it's like I do understand some of it. It's gotten a lot more easier, and like being in the space of people who are having conversations in German, and I'm starting to like understand everything. So I'm like, oh, that's, you know, developing my learning as well. So I've been doing less like at home, but trying to focus on like school as well, like the school aspect of it.
I mean, would you say have you made like any like friends like in school?
Yeah. There's quite a few people who are like maybe not. There's people who I already know here from like even when I was living in England.
Okay.
Because obviously from when we'd like come here to see my grandparents and everything.
Yeah.
And then there's like one guy from my class. He literally lives across the street from me, and we're like this is like the house on the entire kind of I guess line, like the pathway.
Okay.
So that was like really coincidental.
Oh, yeah. I mean, does anyone speak English out there? Like in between the kids, do they know anything?
Yeah, because they learn and that guy who lives across is like one of the best in English in like the class, so he's been helping me a lot around. So it's been a lot easier with him. Would
you say that their English is better than our German?
Well, they can hold conversations, so yeah.
Oh, yes, I suppose then. Yeah, obviously Jacob Hayes was on the last podcast. His German is questionable.
Yeah, it's a very interesting.
But I mean, I don't know. Would you say that it's hard moving to Germany, like this sort of point in your life? Because obviously you want to do music, and would you say that it's you know a bit of a bump in the road to sort of be moving like around?
It's kind of a development. Like not tactic, but like a development point as well, because it's like a new, like I said in the video, it's like a new beginning and everything. So, you know, just starting afresh. Starting, like, you know, getting more, like, better instruments, developing my musical ability and everything. So it's kind of a bump, because it's like I have to get used to what I have, but I still know that I'm going to get, like, you know, new things. So that kind of comforts me knowing that I'm here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good that you got a fresh start. I think that's sick. But obviously, you're a part of the music side of YouTube, and I wanted to talk about something I spoke about on my first podcast with Aaron, XD Easy.
Yeah.
But it was sort of the wrong time to talk about it, because, you know, it doesn't really affect him as much. So I want to talk to you about Article 13, because obviously as a musical creator, it does actually affect you slightly. So, you know, first of all, I just want your opinion. Are you on side or sort of a bit shaky about it?
I don't know. I understand what they want with it. They're like trying to stop it, because it kind of, like, you know, it kind of clings with the whole, like, people stealing other music without crediting it and everything.
Yeah.
Or, like, just genuinely stealing anything without crediting it. But, like, the way they're going about it is just way too far, and it's going to affect,
extreme,
like, if it's fully, then it's going to affect a lot of people in, like, a really horrible way.
Yeah.
And it's just going to change the overall, like, the way we view the internet and, like, what we see on it.
Yeah, obviously there'll be, like, because I remember I saw a YouTube ad where it's literally, like, you won't be able to see your favourite, like, covers anymore of songs.
Yeah.
That will then be copyright. And so I was actually thinking, and I spoke to this with Aaron, you know, if my song was in someone else's video, I don't know if I'd be mad.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it just means that they're listening to my music, or they think that music is good enough to be in their video.
Yeah, sort of, yeah. Unless they're being, like, you know, I mean, fair use is kind of a thing as well. So
yeah, but I do think, like, covers are always fair use. I think there's no such thing as fair use of a cover.
Yeah, and I think it's a lot better to just do, like, acoustic covers or, like, with your own instruments, because then you have less of a chance of getting copyrighted.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, what do you think? Would you, you know, do you see it in a negative way to get, like, your music not to be in other people's videos, or would you rather that as a music creator?
I mean, I want it to be, like, of my own, you know, title. I want it to be known that it is mine, at least, so people aren't like, oh, you know, like, my friend made this specially for me, and it's like just something I've never seen before.
But yeah, I mean, that's the thing, you know, coming back to fair use. I mean, I'm pretty sure, when I checked, my math just did a madness, by the way. When I checked, I'm pretty sure Article 13 just rules out any type of music. There's no such thing as fair use. It's just, you can't do this and you can't do that, and that's it. There's no there's no negotiation. You couldn't email YouTube back saying, well, I don't think this is copyright, because there's none of that. It's, once Article 13, if it goes through, that's it.
Yeah,
there's no ifs or buts, that's it. And obviously, you've got a friend here in England. I don't know if we should say his name. I'll just call him Orange Juice, because that was his, yeah, obviously he posts a lot of memes on, like, group chat, and, like, obviously Article 13 is probably going to take that away.
Pretty much, yeah. But, like, do you think that's kind of, like, do you think that ties in with watermarking, and that's why people put their own marks over it, to make it seem like they're the originator, and, like, I won't get copyrighted for this because that's why, you know, it's mine.
That's
but
what
it's
I thought,
not
like,
theirs.
If this is how they should stop copyright in general, though, now, without Article 13, put watermarks on stuff. Because then, when you go and click on a video, and if you don't want your meme or whatever to be in their video, you have a watermark on it, and so there's no arguing with, you know, YouTube or anything. You can strike that video because it has your watermark, which means they have just blatantly copied it.
Yeah.
Like, now my videos, I don't know why I've done it, but I've put watermarks always on my videos.
Yeah.
Because it's unavoidable. Unless they zoom in on my face, if someone stole my video, there's a watermark in the bottom right corner.
Yeah.
And so it is back to, like, you know, Do I agree with it? No, because at the moment I can copyright and you can copyright anything that has your stuff in it, and you know it'll get sorted out and whatever, and you can claim the video, all its monetization earnings or whatever, or you can just take it down. I think it's a bit extreme how they've gone. I mean, I don't know. Well, what do you think? What do you think about like the sort of extreme extent that they've gone to?
It's too overboard, because the copyright system that we had and like fair use 1970 whatever it was, that was good enough. There was obviously people who were making really unfair arguments when people used it when it was obviously fair use, but like at this point they've like grasped at the straws and they've been like, oh, there's this one thing that's happened, so let's just go all the way with this. But it just doesn't make any sense why they would do that.
Yeah, because it's not like
from this little thing.
You have the odd creator that is like, making a video about it, like, oh yeah, there should be Article 13, there should be this and that. But a lot of the music creators, I mean, including you now, obviously, because the books come out, not a lot of people want it.
Yeah. Because I think that's mostly because, like, how long we've had internet, like, kind of culture for, and that would just change way too much because so many people are now used to it. Yeah. And it would be like, well, this just isn't the internet without that.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. And, like, it wouldn't feel the same either.
No.
Because everything, there's so much that would just, like, get taken down, and it's like, it'll probably ruin some creators' lives as well, to be honest. Like,
yeah, there's, they've got so many people who are doing, like, Reddit videos and everything, where people are posting, like, edits and everything like that. And that would be, like, severely different, especially on YouTube.
Yeah, I think it's going to suck if it happens, but talking about music and copyright, I got a diss track coming up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, have you seen my latest video about,
I have.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah. So basically, KT Mod, I'm doing a diss track. Now, obviously, my two diss tracks on you were,
interesting. We can just stop at interesting.
To say the least. It was interesting. The first one was awful. I'm fine to admit that. I don't mind saying. Yeah. Because this is obviously the first time, I think, on video that we've ever actually spoken, like, face to face. Well,
mentioning that, we had this thing in, like, one of our music classes right now, where we had to, we got into groups and we each had to do, like, a part of a poem. And one group had a really interesting idea where they used music for some of it, like actual music. And one of them rapped it, and they used the instrumental from your second diss track.
No way.
And yeah, it started playing, and I was like, "This sounds familiar." And I was like, "Oh,
this sounds familiar.
God.
This sounds familiar." Oh,
yeah. I was like, "Oh, no, like, what are the chances of that?" It's mad.
but not only are they rapping to my instrumental, well, it's not actually mine, but not only are they rapping to the same instrumental, they're actually singing it in German.
Yeah.
That is sick.
It was the funniest thing, man.
But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, my first two were trash. Well, my second one was okay. It was better than the first one. It was an improvement.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think the thing is with me, and I've been thinking this for a while, and a lot of people have told me this as well, like my friend Callum. Literally, my flow is awful, but my lyrics are actually okay.
The lyrics are some of them are actually decent.
Yeah, and obviously, like,
you gotta. But what I do is, like, you gotta, to work on your flow, you kind of just, like, tap something along to it, and then you get the right rhythm with each word, and then that's how in the end it can develop and get better.
Yeah, I think I am gonna try and work on my flow. Obviously, I've made a lot of songs and raps that haven't been released, but I've made them, and I've just sort of like been like, oh my god, I've actually, like, in this like specific part of this song, I've got good flow, but in this part I haven't got good flow. So it clearly shows that I'm in this part I've done better than in that part, and I've sort of just started working on stuff, and I don't know. I mean, most of it won't get released. Probably any of it won't get released, but I think my latest diss track, like, to date, I was rapping really fast, But
yeah,
I then sort of looked back and thought, you know, this isn't really a diss track. Because the problem is with me is my mouth is really unclear, which shocks me that I do a podcast. Because my mouth actually gets mixed up. Like, you have no idea how many takes takes for me to do a, you know, song.
Yeah.
It gets really mixed up. So sometimes I say words and they don't sound very clear. And you can tell as well, like, you know.
Yeah, I've seen things with that where it's like you gotta stretch out.
Yeah, like,
you gotta kind of stretch out your tongue for that.
Yeah, like my recent one that I've made, and I'm gonna film the dish. Oh, this is the Katie Mudd one that I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
It's my mouth, literally. I've stretched it. I do like tongue twisters, like Unique New York. I stretch my mouth like to different levels, and I'm really clear, and you can hear it.
Yeah.
It's not like a dead flow. It's not, you know, 99 slow, but it's like to a point where you can hear me really well, but it's not very fast. It's just quite a good diss track with quite good beats.
Yeah.
Which I like, literally, I've listened to it. It's so much better.
Did you think that's more like based on rhythm technique, or is it just like overall different?
I think rhythm technique. I think it has a lot more rhythm to it. I mean, it sounds better to listen. It's better to listen to, and there's a lot of like catchy bars in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, overall, I think it's just a better diss track. But anyway, I guess that sort of wraps up this podcast. Diss tracks.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys have enjoyed
That's all right, bro.
this third episode of Banta on Air. I've actually got some episodes going. I'm really, really pleased with myself.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, see you we've got on next week, and hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
See you guys.